Good evening, guys. Let's just hold on for a minute while we have some other people. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's just hold on for a minute while we get some other people. And I'll be sharing my screen now. I'll be sharing my screen now. So we're actually starting now immediately. Okay, so like I said, today we're basically going to be treating how to identify your support and resistance level. That's the main focus for tonight's class. How to identify your support and resistance level. I'm looking for a perfect chart for us to actually use. I'm looking for a perfect chart for us to actually use. Let me clear this off. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome to today's class. So let's just get straight to the point. We're treating how to identify your support and resistance level. That's the main basic. That's the main focus for today's class. Let me clear this off now. This was the NFP class that we actually had. Let me clear this off. Uh, I want to actually delete everything here. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, press one. Let me see one in the chat box. If you can hear me, send one to the chat box. If you can hear me, type one in the chat box. If you can hear me, type one in the chat box. If you can hear me. Okay, okay. Jesse Proper, you're welcome. So let's just get straight to the point. There's no point waiting for any other person to join the live because we actually have a time target for this class and we're getting started immediately. We're getting started immediately. So basically, to this class, we are done with all the basics, and myself and my assistant have tried our possible best to break down the whole class for you, and we've made everything very much easier for you guys. So now we are going into the practical aspects, and this is the first thing for you to literally understand, which is how to identify your support and resistance level. That is very, very important. How to identify your support and resistance level, right? So I will try my possible best to break this class down in order for you to understand this whole thing properly. Okay. So we have two basic rules in trading here. We have two basic rules in trading. And what is that basic rule that we have in trading? We have two basic rules in trading. And what is the basic rule in trading that we have? The basic rule in trading we have is what? Buy from the support, buy from the support and sell from the resistance. Now, for you to understand that concept, you can't just buy from the support and sell from resistance without understanding where your support is or where your resistance level is or whatever. So, the proper understanding of your support and resistance level will make trading much more easier for you. So now, when we talk of resistance level, I'll try typing as well so that you'll be able to understand this better. Okay, so we have the resistance level and the support level. Now, the basic thing you should understand is resistance level is formed at the low. Resistance level is formed at the low. Resistance level, sorry about that. Resistance level is formed at the high, and your support level is the one you see at the low. Is the one you see at the bottom. Resistance level is usually found at the top side, and you need to understand this properly. And I'll try as much as possible to break this down for you. Now, in trading, we have three basic movements in the market. Market moves in three basic form, and we have the uptrend, we have the downtrend, and we have the ranging market. I hope you're following. We have the uptrend, we have the downtrend, and we have the what? We have the ranging market. Let me try as much as possible to type this as well. So we have the uptrend, downtrend, and we have the ranging market. Now, this concept that I just started out here, this will be our focus for the next class. Understanding the trend of the market will be our focus for the next class. But for tonight, we are basically going to be focusing on identifying your support and resistance level. Now, markets move in waves. I hope you understand that. Market moves in waves. Now, understanding your support and resistance level. Resistance level is formed at the top side of the market. Yeah, and your support level is formed at the downside of the market. The support level is formed at the downside. The support level is formed at the downside of the market. Now, let me use this part to give you an example of what a resistance and support level looks like. Now, like I said, this is at the low. So we're definitely going to be calling this zone that I mark out at this low. We're definitely going to be calling this zone what? Our support level, right? And this one at the top side, we're going to be calling it our resistance because that's just exactly how it is on the chart. That's exactly how it is on the chart. So right here now, this support level. Anytime you have a break, let me market moves in this format. Market moves in this format. Yeah. Market moves in this format. Market trends this way. It does not necessarily have to be this smooth though, but market trends this way. Market trends this way. So now how do you identify which particular area is your support and which particular area is your support and which particular area is your resistance level? The one the one at the bottom is your what? Is your support level. The one at the downside is your support level. And the one at the top side, just like I said, is your resistance level. Now, like I said, this was our support level, right? We had a break. Let's say market was forming in an uptrend, and market continue moving like this. When market breaks when market retested this support level right here, you can see the way market continues to the top side and start to touch this resistance level. This is my so-called resistance level right here. Now, this so-called resistance level, at any point when market breaks is a resistance level. When market breaks a resistance level, that resistance level automatically becomes what? It automatically becomes a support. That resistance level automatically becomes what? A support. And let's say anytime market breaks a support level as well and continues to the downside, that support level automatically becomes what? A resistance level. It automatically becomes what? A resistance level. And this is just the same thing as supply and demand in the market. That's the same thing as understanding what supply and demand concept is in the market. And having a great understanding of this will help you leverage opportunity in the market very well, and it will give you an understanding of what you're literally doing. It will make you understand the market better because we have a lot of traders that they basically trade what support and resistance, they basically trade what demand and supply, they basically it's just the same thing, and they trade the breakout and retest. But you need the understanding of what your support and your resistance level before you can actually what trade them. So you need to be able to identify them on your chart. And I'm not just here to bombard you with. I'm definitely going to be showing you graphical representation of how you can go about this thing. I will definitely go to the chart and show you how you can go about this thing. Do you understand? So so let's go to the chart for example. Let's go to the chart for example. So this resistance level turns support. Resistance level usually turns support, and support level usually turns what? Resistance. Yes, resistance level turns support, and support level turns resistance. Please, can you hear me, please? If you can hear me, just type I can hear, so I can know that you're actually following. If you can hear me, type I can hear you, or type one in the chat box if you know you can hear me. Because I actually, and if you are actually following, I need to. Okay, all right. Any other person? Jesse Prosper, Jesse Prosper said yes, I can actually hear me. Any other person? Any other person? Can you hear me? Okay, okay, okay. All right. So let's continue, guys. So basically, understanding support and resistance level gives you a better understanding of how to navigate the market, and it will help you in your decision making. It will basically help you in your decision making. Now, in order to make this thing more easier for you, let's go down to. Let me show you a proper. So there's a basic rule in trading here. There's a basic rule in trading which says what? Buy from the low and sell from the high. That's the basic rule in trading. Basic rule in trading. Now, this might be your first time hearing this. What's the basic rule in trading? Buy from the high. Buy from the high. Buy from the low. Sorry. Buy from the low and sell from the high. Sell, sell from the high. Right now, in order for you to buy from the low, this low right here. Just like I said in the beginning of the class, that how do you identify your support and your resistance level? The low, the lowest point in the lowest point in the market as of the current trend of the market. That is what the low is termed what support. The low is termed your support, and the high is termed what your resistance level. Is termed what your resistance. So when you can't buy from the high. Are you with me? You definitely have you can't buy from the high. You have to what? Always buy from the low. You always have to buy from your support. And you always have to sell from your what? From your resistance, which is the high, which is the current high in the market. Which is the high in the market. Now let me go to the higher time frame in order for us to let me go to the higher time frame before I actually start showing you the graphical, the proper let's try to identify some resistance and support level in the market. Now let's be more practical, right? Let's be more practical. The market is going this way, right? The market is going this way. Yes, the market is going this way. I don't know why this thing isn't allowing me to show that properly. Okay, the market is going this. Let me use this one for example. Then let me use this one for example. Now this current high. Let's try to in this trend I will just mark out right here. Let's try to identify our support and our resistance level in this trend I drew right here. Let's try to identify our support and our resistance level. Just like I told you that the high is your resistance, right? And the low is your support. Now, where is the low in this current trend that we have? I'm talking of this trend right here. I'm talking of this trend right here. I'm talking of this trend right here. How do we identify our high and our low in this market? And identifying our high and our low is the same thing as identifying our support and our resistance level, right? Now, this is an as of this market movement, this was an high. right? This was an high. This was an high as of this market movement. Initially, when market was coming to this zone right here, this zone became what? This zone was a resistance level, right? This zone was a resistance level because it was the last high as of this moment, as of this, as of this current trend right here, as of where my cursor is. This was the high. When market broke that high to the top side and came back to do a retest, this resistance level right here became what? It became a support. It became a support level that started doing what? That started supplying. That started where the buyers started coming into the market. Where the buyers started coming into the market. So this resistance level right here, as of this area where my cursor is on, that was a resistance level. When market broke it to the top side and came back to that level automatically becomes what? Becomes a support. That level automatically becomes a support. Now let's go to the next trend. This is another resistance level right here, right? This is another resistance level right here. And what happened? Now when market broke this previous one, are you with me? When market broke this previous resistance level, this previous one, when market broke this previous resistance level to the top side and came back to do a retest, automatically market turns this resistance level right here because this was the last high. Market turned this high into a what? Into a support. And this was the last high that market now created. At this point, this high that this market created here automatically becomes what? A resistance. It's a resistance. At the point where market breaks this resistance to the top side and comes back to retest this level, this resistance level automatically turns what? Support. It automatically turns what? Support. Very, very simple to understand. It automatically turns support. And this is another new high that the market created. This is another new high that the market created. And market broke it to the top side. And when market broke that level to the top side, that level automatically becomes what? A support level. It automatically becomes a support level for the movement to for the continuation of the uptrend. For the continuation of the uptrend. Are you with me, guys? So it automatically became what? A support level for the continuation of the what? Uptrend. It automatically became a support level for the continuation of the what? Uptrend. Now, all these things, I just want to have the basic understanding of all these things because we are definitely going to be doing what? We're definitely going to be we're definitely going to be showing the real charts and we're going to be identifying it together. And we are going to be having a basic we are going to be having a basic question and answer section where you get to ask your question. I will tend to like share idea among ourselves. So that I just want to make sure that you guys do what? I want to make sure that you guys actually understand this. I want to make sure that you guys understand this. So I want to make sure. I hope there's no question so far, and I hope you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, type one in the comment section. If you can hear me, type one in the chat box. If you can hear me, type one in chat. I want to make sure that you guys are actually following. I don't just want to be here talking, talking, talking. I want to make sure that you guys are actually following, and I want to make sure that you guys are actually gaining knowledge. If you can hear me, type one. Okay, okay. Soft Life one. JC Prosper one. Well done. If you can hear me, type one. Type one. And if you are following, if you understand what if you understand up to this level, type one. If you understand up to this level, type two. If you understand up to this level where we are at, type two. If you understand up to this level, if you understand up to this level of support of resistance level becoming support, type two in the comment section so that we know if we're actually understanding, so that we know where to actually continue from. Okay, Jesse Prosper, nice one. If you understand up to this level, type two in the comment section. If you understand up to this level, type two in the comment section. If you understand up to this level, I think Jesse Prosper has been here earlier. That's why he's able to understand this concept very well, and I'm happy that he actually understands that. I'm happy that you actually understand, and I want you guys to also understand this properly as well. Soft life says zero. That means you just joined. You don't understand the concept yet. I'll try to do a quick recap, but I want you guys to actually stick around and understand all these things because this you can't ignore the fundamentals. You can't ignore the basics. You can't ignore the foundation. It's just like a builder. When you are building a house, you can't ignore the foundation. The foundation is very, very important. So you need to actually understand this. And I want you guys to actually understand this very, very well. So please make sure you are attentive, make sure you are with your notes, and you actually follow through. For soft life, I will try to break this down again. And I just came in. Sorry. Okay, Joseph, you're welcome. I'll try as much as possible to go through that again. But for JC Prosper, stick around, stick around. More knowledge coming through. So, what I've basically been saying here is we have basic rule in trading, yeah, and the basic rule in trading is what? Buy from the low and sell from the high. You have to buy from the low and sell from the high, yeah. And a low in the market is the same thing as what? A support level. A low in the market is what we call what? Support level. A low in the market is what we call support level, and the high in the market is what we call what? Resistance level. Is what we call resistance level. Is what we call the resistance level. And I gave this practical example right here. Now, the support level, another name for the support level right here is the demand. Is the demand. It is where people actually want to get in for. That's where people are actually demanding to get. That's where people are demanding to get in the market, get in for a buy. That's where people are demanding to buy a. The support level is also known as the demand level. Known as demand. It's also known as the demand level. It is a price level where the buyers are actually more aggressive than the sellers. That is where you get more in demand. That's when you get more increase. And just like a businessman, when you say you are getting more increase in demand, it means that what people are demanding for your products. People are demanding for your products. That's when people want to actually buy your products. That's when people want to. That's when people actually want to. For those of you sending charts, just be patient. Soft Life and Joseph, just stick around, and I'm trying to explain this better for you guys now. So the support level is also known as the demand level. And what's that demand level? What's the psychology behind the demand level? The demand level is the level where buyers are willing to purchase an asset. That's where they are willing to buy. That's where they are willing to buy a particular asset. And that's why I told you before, initially when we started this class, that I said the basic rule in trading is what? Buy from the low and sell from the high. You have to buy where other people are buying from. Now, like I said, I told you the support level is also known as the demand level. The support level is also known as demand level. You have to also buy. You can't be different in trading, right? You will be different normally because human beings we are different. We have basic. We see the market differently. But what's the psychology here? You have to get in where the big boys in the market are actually getting in, where the institutional traders are actually buying from. Because we are retail traders. We are trading with small capital. Even if you are trading with even if you are trading with $100,000, it's still very much different from somebody trading with 5 million. It's still very much different from institutional traders that are trading with $10 million in the market. Do you understand? So it is very, very good for retail traders to actually do what? To buy from the low, to buy from the support level. Because buying from the support level is what? Is also buying where the institutional traders, where they have their limit orders. That means you are buying where the institutional traders are also buying from. It means you are buying where the institutional traders are buying from. And that's giving you a better edge. That's giving you a better edge above the rest of them. Do you understand what I'm saying now? That's giving you a better edge above. And when you hear of support level, support level can also be thought of as a floor that prevents the price from falling further. Just like I said initially when we started this class, I said the support level is the floor. Now, let me give you this basic cheat code for you to understand the support level and the resistance level. When you enter a room, the floor, the floor in your room is known as the support. Why? Because that floor is what you are actually standing on, and you can't fall below that level. Like that's the foundation. Yeah, that's the foundation. The floor, your ceiling, the ceiling in your room is also known as what? Resistance. And what's that resistance level? Let's say, for example, let's be more practical now and try to let's be more practical now. When you jump up in your room and your head is touching your ceiling, what will happen? You will automatically be coming down. You actually come down. When your head hits the ceiling will bounce you back to the floor. So that's what the resistance level stands from. So the resistance level in this case in trading is what we refer to as what? The I. Is what we refer to as the I. Do you understand? If you understand up to this if you understand up to this moment, type one. If you understand up to this stage, type one. So for Joseph and soft life, if you understand and the rest, if you understand up to this moment, type one. I want to know if you're actually following. I want to know if you're actually following. If you understand up to this moment, type one. Before we go into the graphical aspect, because we are going to be very more practical now. Okay, soft life. So you actually understand what the support level is now and the resistance level. So the resistance level is the I, the support level is the floor in your room. Now that floor is the floor in trading. Now I'm going to be canceling this and I'm going to be drawing this again for you to understand better. And immediately after drawing this again, I'm not going to be going back. And from there, we're actually going to be going into real charts. And then we are going to be identifying this support and resistance level together. And there are a lot of psychology behind the support and resistance level. There are a lot of psychology behind the support and resistance level. And I want you to understand that clearly. I want you to understand that clearly. So for the support and resistance level, market moves in trend, market moves in waves, just like you know. So let's say for instance for an uptrend, this one that I write here, understanding the trend of the market, we're actually going to be treating that in the next class. But for today, we're actually going to be focusing on what? Just support and resistance level. And I don't mind if we don't finish this up today, we can literally continue from there tomorrow. We can continue from there tomorrow. So now we can continue from there in the next class rather. So let's say for a market, let's say the market is just like you know, the market moves this way. So the market is trending this way. All right. So in this chart right here, in this chart that we have right here, where is the support and where is the resistance level? In this chart that we have right here, where is the support and where is the resistance level? We are going to be identifying this together now. For those that joined in late, that's why I have to redraw this again. And I hope you are not just coming in and leaving the class. If you actually want to gain knowledge, you need to like put your time and be ready to actually learn. That's the only thing. Just like I told you, that's the only thing that can help you. So let's say this is an example of a real life chart. We're actually going to be going to real life chart very soon. But I wanted to start from here because this is very much more simpler to understand. How do we identify the support and resistance level here? And just like I told you, the support level is the floor in your room, and the resistance level is the ceiling in your room. Is the ceiling in your room. Now the supply level is the resistance. Just like I told you, the resistance level is also known as what? The supply level. That is where the sellers, that's where the sellers start selling their positions. That's when they start selling their products. That's when they start selling whatever it is that they have. And the resistance, the support level is where you start buying. You buy at the support, you buy at the support, and you sell at the resistance. Do you understand this better now? You buy at the support and you sell at the resistance. You buy at the support and you sell at the resistance. Now, how do we identify the support and resistance level? Right here. Now, just go with me. Now, as of where market was at this area right here, this zone right here was the last high that we have. As of where market was at this area, this was the last high. So as of this point, this high was a resistance. This high was a resistance level, right? Now, market, the buyers came into the market They bought and they overbought and they took out that resistance level. And at the point of market falling back to that zone, to that area, that resistance level automatically becomes what? A floor. That ceiling automatically becomes a floor. Just like uh, let's say for example, you were jumping in your room. Let's say for example, let's say for example, you were jumping in your room, and this is actually not so possible, but I'm just using this as a live example. Let's say you are jumping in your room, and as fortunately, which might not be unfortunate, you were able to jump through your roof. You were able to jump through your roof, and on jumping through your roof, on jumping through your roof, you are able to stand at the top of your roof. Your roof automatically becomes what? Somebody should type that in the comment section. I want to know. I want to know if you actually understand this. Just like we said our support level, right? We said our support level is the floor, right? And we said our resistance level is the ceiling in your room. Exactly, JC Prosper. Thank you very much. As you were jumping in your room, let me get another opinion. So let me just say JC Prosper is wrong. Let me say JC Prosper is wrong. Another person, you are jumping in your room, and at jump while you were jumping in your room, you were able to break through your ceiling. Your ceiling automatically becomes what? I want to get the answer from another person as well, not just JC Prosper alone. I want to get that answer from another person as well. So I will know that you guys are actually following. So I will know that you guys are actually following. Okay, let me just go with JC Prosper answer, which is support. Exactly. It automatically becomes what? Support. Lawrence Nana. No, that is wrong. I said when you jump, you were able to jump through your roof, and now you are above your roof. When you are above your roof, what does your roof becomes? What does your roof becomes when you are able to jump through your roof? Exactly, soft life. It becomes support. Nice, exactly, Lawrence. Well done. So it becomes support. I get you now. Exactly, support. That's the low. Joseph. Okay, nice. So it shows that you guys are actually following. I like that. Well done. So it becomes your support level. So we are getting there gradually. I'm actually taking my time to explain this so that you guys will actually understand this thing. I don't want to rush you guys. I don't want to bombard you with. I don't want to bombard you. Exactly. Support. That's the low. Exactly. So automatically, when market was able to buy above this resistance level that we have right here, that resistance level becomes what? Support. Now let's go into the next example. This one, this zone that we have right here. Now let's say this was the last support. This was the last resistance level that you had. At the point where this resistance level got broken, this resistance level automatically becomes what? It becomes a support as well. Let's use another example again. This I right here, at the point where it got broken, it becomes what? A support, right? Now, this is the last resistance level that we have right here. This is the last resistance level. This is the last high that we have right here, right? This is the last low rather that we have right here. Now, market was able to break through this. This low right here now was a previous high, right? It was the previous high. Now, how do we get in on this trade? Following this our basic trading rule, how do we get in on this trade? I need an opinion from somebody. How do we get in on this trade? How do we get in on this trade? How do we get in on this trade? Where are we going to buy from in this trade? Are we going to continue? Are we going to buy from this high right here, or we are going to buy from this broken resistance level? I want to see your opinion. I want to see your opinion. Where do we buy from now? Where do we buy from? Where do we buy from? Do we buy from the resistance, which is that current high, or do we buy from that support level, which is at the low? Where do we buy from? I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you guys. Where do we buy from now? Where do we buy from? Where do we buy from? I need your opinion, guys. Start sending in your opinions. Where do we buy from? Support level. JC Prosper. Well done. So JC Prosper said we buy from the support level. And where's our support level? This broken resistance automatically becomes what? A support level. Are you with me? This broken resistance level automatically becomes what? A support level. And you automatically wait to do what? To buy. And when market comes to this level right here, when market comes to this level right here, what do? When market, you just be patient. Once you get your confirmation, you do what? You buy. Automatically. You buy. Do you understand that now? You buy. Are you guys getting it? If you get up to this point, drop one. If you understand up to this point, drop one. If you understand up to this point, drop one. If you understand up to this point, drop one. I think from the support level, you don't need to think. You buy, exactly. You buy from the support. Well done. So you guys are actually following. You guys are actually following. I like that. I like that. So let's continue. Let's continue. Now, let's say for example, in a downtrend. Now we've given example of what? Now we've given example of resistance level becoming support, right? Now we need to give example of a support level becoming resistance. Do you understand that? Now we need to give examples of what? We need to trade support level becoming what? Resistance. We need to trade what? Support level becoming what? Resistance. We need to trade support level becoming what? Resistance. And how do we go about that? Let's say in order for a support level to become resistance, you need to be in a downtrend, right? You need to be in a downtrend. Now let me get a drawing for us here. Our rule still has to be there. Let me move this rule of ours. Let me move our rule here. Okay, good, good. Okay. So you guys are following one. I'm seeing one. I'm seeing a lot of one. Yeah. Well done. So I've given example of a resistance level becoming support, right? Now we are going to be giving example of what? A support level becoming resistance. A support level. We are going to be giving the scenario of a support level becoming resistance. All these things, I'm actually drawing them right here, but I'm still going to be showing you in real charts. In real charts. I'm still going to be showing, I've cleared my chart and I'm going to be showing you in real charts when support level actually becomes what? Resistance. I've given example of a resistance level becoming support. Now we're actually going to be dealing with support level becoming resistance. We're going to give you an example of when your floor becomes a resistance. Now let's go. The market is trending like this. Well, we see the market trending to the downside, right? Okay. So in this scenario, where in this scenario we have right here, we have a resistance level right here, right? We have a resistance level right here, right? Because that's your eye. That was your last eye, right? Are you following? That was your last eye. Now, market is turning to the downside. Market is turning to the downside. This was your resistance level. This was your previous resistance level. If this is your resistance level, if this high is your resistance level, that automatically means what? This low right here. You can see that this one is higher than this low right here is what? This low right here is what? Your support, right? It means that this low right here is your support. Are you following? It means that low right there is your support level. And when your support gets broken, it becomes what? When your support level gets broken, it becomes. I want to see that answer in the chat box. When your support level gets broken, what does it become? When your support level gets broken, what does it become? I want to see your answer in the chat box. When your support level gets broken, what does it become? Just like I said before, that your ceiling is your exactly. Lawrence, well done. It becomes your resistance. Lawrence said resistance. Any other person? Do we have any other answer? Does anybody disagree with that? When your support level gets broken, it becomes what? Just like, for example, I said the other time that the ceiling in your room is your resistance level, right? And when you break your ceiling to the top side and you're above your ceiling automatically becomes what? Support, because that's the floor that you're currently standing on, right? Now, when you get back inside your room, when you get back inside your room, your ceiling that was previously your support level, your ceiling, which was previously your support level, becomes what? It automatically becomes what? Soft life. Soft life said resistance. Exactly. It becomes resistance. It becomes resistance. Any other person? It becomes what? It automatically becomes what? Resistance. Well done, guys. It automatically becomes what? Resistance. Nice. Jesse Prosper said resistance. He said resistance. So it automatically becomes what? Resistance level. So this level right here, which was your low, automatically turns what? What level right here, which was your low, automatically comes what? Your new high. And you're definitely going to be doing what from there. What do we do? What do we do from a high? What do we do from a high? Now, this support level has gotten broken, right? What do we do when the market? What do we do from the high? What are we supposed to do when we see when market is at the high? What are we supposed to do? I want to see that answer in the chat box as possible. So I don't just want to be here talking, trying to get the concept. I want you to understand and I want to take my time. This life next 18 minutes because it's supposed to be to prosper. He said we are supposed to sell. So we do what? We sell from the high and we do what? And we buy from the low. So this here becomes your new high. And what do you do? Immediately low becomes your new high. And you see your confirmations in the market. What do? You sell. You sell. You automatically do what? You sell. Now let's look for another. Let's identify another what? Let's identify another support level that turns resistance right here. Let's identify another support level that turns resistance. Soft slice sell. Well done. You sell from that level. Prosper said sell. Lawrence Nana said sell. Soft slice said sell. Joseph said resistance. I don't understand what you mean by that, Joseph. So you sell. Now let's identify another support level that turned resistance. Now, as of this instance right here, this support level has automatically become what? Your what? Your resistance, because this was previously a low that became your new high. Just like you're above your ceiling, when you're above your ceiling, that ceiling becomes your low. It becomes your floor, right? Because you are literally stepping on it. When you break inside your ceiling again and you're now inside your room, that ceiling that was previously your floor becomes your new what? Your new resistance. Because when you try jumping, the ceiling start putting your edge to the down again. Do you understand? I hope that is as simple as possible. Now, this resistance level right here becomes your what? Your new zone to actually sell from. Now, which other support level do we have? We have another low right here. We have another low right here. We have another low right here. And this low right here is what? Is your support level, right? This is your low right here, is your support level, right? And what happened? Market came to that level, right? Market came to that level, and immediately market came to that level. You're supposed to do what? To sell immediately. Now I'm seeing some question here. I will actually answer that question once I'm done explaining this particular concept. Now, I need an answer now. Now we have another support level right here. We have a new support level. This was our last support level right here. And we know that the market is trending to the downside. What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to sell? And our basic rule in trading is to do what? Sell from the high and buy from the low, right? And this market is low already, is low. So it should be stupidity. Sorry for my language. Sorry for using that language though. It should be very, very wrong to do what? To sell from here. It's very, very wrong to sell from here. Now, what are we supposed to do? You wait for market to retrace back to this area, right? You wait for market to retrace back. What? You sell before you do what? Before you sell. And once market retrace back, you sell automatically. You sell automatically. Do you understand that concept now? Now, let me attend to that question I saw right here. Please, how many eyes do you have to notice before you sell, please? Now, for you to understand the trend, that is where understanding the trend of the market comes in. Soft Life is asking, how many eyes do you have to notice before you sell? Before you sell, that is where our main class tomorrow or our next class will actually be focused on, which is understanding the trend of the market. Now, in that class, we're actually going to be breaking down when a support level, we're actually going to be breaking down when what? We're actually going to be breaking down when a support level become when a an uptrend market becomes a downtrend market. Are you with me? So in that okay, exactly. Prosper said we would anticipate a pullback before continuing to sell. Right. Very, very right. I'm so happy that you're actually getting the point. Yeah. It means you're actually getting the point. You're actually getting the point right here. It means you understand the concept. It means you understand the concept. Exactly. You wait for a pullback. You anticipate for a pullback before you continue to what? To sell. Because you can't sell at this area. The market is low already. If you sell from here, if you sell from here, for example, if you sell from here, you now keep your stop loss. You keep your stop loss. Let's say you keep your stop loss here. You now sell from here. What will happen? Market will automatically do what? Exactly, soft life. So at this point, let's say you are selling from this low. These are the danger of selling from the low. Let's say you sold here because you don't want to. FOMO came in. You are fearing to actually miss out on the trade, and you actually sold from this low. A little pullback will take out your will take you out. Will take out your position, and what? Boom, you are in loss, and you will be like, what's actually going on? And you be like, what's going on? Why am I wrong? It does not mean that you're actually wrong. You're actually on the right side of the market, but you didn't wait. You didn't actually get in at the right point. Do you understand me? You didn't get in at the right point in the market, and that is why the trade actually backfired and you ended up taking a loss. So, in order to trade this thing properly, you need to what? Sell from the eye, and the only eye that can exist from here is when this your support level becomes a resistance, and you sell from your resistance. So when it becomes your resistance, you do what? You sell, boom, and you're in massive profit. And you're in what? Massive profit. Do you understand the concept now? So I'll stop right there and I'll go into the live charts. Live charts. Live chart. So if you understand up to this point, set type one in the chat box. If you understand up to this point, type one in the chat box. Before I actually continue. If you understand up to this point, type one in the chat box. I want to see some massive one in the chat box now before we actually continue. I want to see one in the chat box. I want to see one in the chat box. If you understand up to this point, type one in the chat box. Exactly. Thank you, Prosper. So you actually understand up to this point. So now let's go into the live charts. Let's go into the live charts. Let's go into the live charts and try to identify these support and resistance levels. Let's go into the live charts and try to understand these support and resistance levels. Soft life one. Okay. Well done. Well done. So let's continue. I want us to use a good I want us to use a good trendy market example to break this down so that you actually understand this very well. I will first use an example of an uptrend, and then I'll use an example of a downtrend. So stick around and don't miss this for anything. Don't miss this trade for anything. Don't miss this trade for anything. Don't miss this area right here. Don't miss it for anything. This is where you have to pay full attention. This is where you have to pay full attention. Full attention. Exactly. So I have a perfect example. I have a perfect example right here. Let me use the should I use the 1 hour time frame? Let me just use this 4 hours time frame because it makes the charts more. So can you see my chart? So in this I want to make this class as interactive as possible, just like I said. In this chart right here, you can see that what market is trending in an uptrend, right? Market is trending to the upside, right? Market is trending to the upside, right? In this live class is actually going to be stopping very soon. So I will try as much as possible to explain these basic concepts. I want you to understand this thing. I want you to practicalize this on your own because I'll give you an assignment. I'll give you an assignment and you will be expected to identify your support and resistance level on the charts. You will identify your support and resistance level on the charts. And I actually want to see that assignment tomorrow. So now let me break this thing down with a real life chart. Now, how do we identify this is a live chart now? And this is a real deal. This is where the money is made. So how do you identify your support and your resistance level in this chart? Now, look look at this chart very well. I'll start from this lowest point. I'll start from this lowest point. As of this area right here, as of this area, this was the highest, right? As of where market was at this zone, as of where market was at this zone, this was the highest. This area here was the highest, right? Are you following? This area here was the highest. Now, this high point right here, is it a resistance or a support level? I need an answer in the chat box. That high, this high that we have right here, let me use my mm, oh, okay, so I have my brush now. This area right here, this area right here, is this a support? As of this was the last high, right? As of where market was at this point, was this point a resistance or a support level? I want an answer in the chat box. Was this point right here, this point that let me try to make this as dark as possible and thick so that you'll be able to see it very well. Exactly. Let me use two. This area we have right here, as of the point where market was at this area, this was the highest, right? Now this highest point, what was it? Was this high a resistance or a support as of where market was at this zone alone? I need an answer in the chat box. Exactly. God bless you, JC Prosper. It is a resistance. JC Prosper said it is a resistance turn support later on. Exactly. It means you are getting the whole concept. It is a resistance that turned what? Support later on. Now, how do we know? How do we know that? You mark it out because it was an I, right? And simple. It was initially resistance. And what did market do? Market broke it to the top side, right? Market broke it to the top side, and market came back to do what? Retest. And at the point where market came back to retest this zone, and what did I tell you? What did I tell you? You buy from the low, right? You buy from the low. If you had bought when this market was high, right here, you will have lost a lot of money. You will have lost money. So it's better to have done exactly. Lawrence also said resistance. Soft life also said resistance. So we have three people saying resistance level. Now, as of when market broke that level, immediately market broke that level. What did that level become? I need an answer as well in the chat box. When market broke that resistance level, what did that resistance level become? I need an answer in the chat box right now. Right now, I need an answer in the chat box. Exactly. Lawrence said support. I need another person. How do I know if it's actually support? How do I trust your answer? I need another answer from another person. I need an answer from another person. I need an answer from another person. So it becomes what? Your support. It becomes your support level automatically. It automatically becomes what? Your support level. It becomes what? Your support. Soft life, thank you. Soft life also said what? It becomes support. So immediately a resistance level gets broken, it automatically becomes what? A support. It automatically becomes a support level. Now let's identify. So immediately market came to this support level. What were we supposed to do? I need another answer. Lawrence gave his opinion. He said because the market kept going uptrend, that automatically becomes support. Well done. Thank you very much. So automatically becomes what? Support. Automatically becomes support. Now, when market came to that support level, what were we supposed to do? Support is the same thing as floor, right? Were we supposed to buy or sell? I need an answer in the chat box. Were we supposed to buy or sell? Immediately market came to that support level, were we supposed to buy or sell? I need an answer in the chat box. So immediately market got to that level, right? Immediately market came back to that resistance level to retest that resistance level. Were we supposed to buy or sell? I need an answer in the chat box. No, Lawrence, you are very wrong. Lawrence says sell or wait to pull up and buy. No, no, no. Prosper said because price was unable to break below it. So what were we supposed to do when price was unable to break below it? When price broke this resistance level right here to the top side and came back, immediately market came back to break to retest and it did not break below. What were we supposed to do? Were we supposed to buy or sell? That is the simple question. Were we supposed to buy or sell? Were we supposed to buy or sell? I need an answer. Were we supposed to buy or sell? Were we supposed to buy? Exactly, Lawrence. Lana, you are saying the right thing now. You are supposed to buy. You buy. Soft Life is saying buy. Jesse Prosper is saying buy. The majority carries the vote. So we automatically what? Buying. And immediately we bought. Immediately we bought. What happens? We are flowing in massive profit. We are flowing in what? Massive profit. Massive profit. We are flowing in good profit. Right? Now that is by the way. Let's identify another support level. Another now. This was the last high, right? As of where this market was. As of the point where market came back to retest this level. This was the last high. Now, this high right here is your resistance, is your new resistance level, right? Am I right? Is your new resistance level. What do? You mark it out as well. You mark out that level. And immediately market broke it and came back to retest. What do we do again? I need an answer again. What do we do again? What do we do? What do we do again? Are we supposed to buy or sell? Were we supposed to buy or sell? We buy. Exactly, we buy. We buy. Automatically, we do what? We buy. Lawrence said buy. Nana, buy. Exactly, we buy immediately without any form of delay. We buy as long as we've gotten our conferences together. Prosper also said buy again. So we do what? We buy. Now another example right here. You can see the way market is breaking all this level, all these zones, and market is literally doing what? Coming back to retest them. Immediately market came back here again. What do? You buy. You buy straight up. You do what? You buy. So this is just the simple analysis behind what? Behind what? Uh, behind what? Your this is just simple analysis behind what? This is just simply how to identify. This is simply how to identify your what? your support and your resistance level. This is simply how to identify what? Your support and your resistance level. So now I'm giving you guys an assignment. Identify your support. Try as much as possible to do what? To identify your support and your resistance level. Try on your own to identify your support and your resistance level. Soft Life also said buy. Exactly. So this is an example of an uptrend. Let me give an example of a downtrend when market is coming to the downside and we need to what? Actually sell. And we need to actually sell. So let me look for a chart that's giving us that perfect example. We have this perfect one right here. I hope you understand everything that we've been saying so far. If you understand everything we have been saying so far, drop one in the chat box. Drop one. I want to know if you guys are actually gaining knowledge from this class. If you're actually gaining knowledge, and I'm not just here to waste my time. If you're actually gaining knowledge, drop one in the chat box. Drop one. Drop one in the chat box. We're actually ending this class very soon. In the next 5 minutes, we should be done. Drop one if you actually understand up to this point. Drop one. Drop one in the chat box. If you understand up to this point, drop one. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, JC. Thank you, Nana. Addison. Lawrence, thank you. So you actually understand up to this point, right? Okay. So now let's identify our what? Our support level that actually turn when we're actually supposed to be selling. How do we identify when we are supposed to be selling? Now this is an I. Am I right? This is an I, right? This is an I. As of the point where this I was here, this was your previous low. This was your previous low, right? Am I right? This was your previous low. Now market broke that low to the downside. Just like as an example I gave, the your floor, the floor in your, just like I said, for example, your ceiling. This was the ceiling before. Can you see where my cursor is? This was the ceiling before. Now you broke into your room. The ceiling becomes what? Your new resistance level, right? Am I correct? Soft level also said one. Exactly. Thank you. You also said one. So this ceiling became what? Your new resistance level. And immediately a support level is broken to the downside. It becomes what? Your resistance. It becomes your resistance. So immediately market came back to retest this low right here. What are we supposed to have done from here? Are we supposed to have buy from here or sell? I need an answer in the comment section. Were we supposed to have buy or sell? I need an answer in the comment section. Were we supposed to have buy or sell? I need an answer in the comment section. Were we supposed to have buy? Were we supposed to buy or sell? Thank you, Lawrence. Lawrence said sell. Lawrence said sell. I need another answer from another person. Lawrence said sell, and Lawrence is basically following the basic rule in trading, which is what? Sell from the high and buy from the low. Very, very simple to understand. Very, very simple to understand. Let's identify another level as well. Let's identify another level as well. This low right here, this another low right here. This was your last resistance level now, right? This was your last resistance level. Now, can you see an example of when I said you sell from your resistance level? See right here now. Can you see that market came back to retest that your resistance level? Now, let's be more practical now. Let's be more practical now. I'm basically going through another concept now. Let's be more practical now. Market came to your, let's say you see the market has been trending within your room, and immediately as the price is jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping and jumping, it keeps nudging the roof in your room. What will be your projection as a trader? It's giving you the opinion that what once this thing jumps again, and is unable to break the roof to the top side, is going to come down, right? So immediately market came back to this roof, which was this resistance level. Were we supposed to have buy or sell? I need your opinion in the chat box. Were we supposed to have buy or sell? I need your opinion in the chat box. Immediately market came to your resistance level right here. Were we supposed to have buy or sell? I need your opinion in the chat box. Were we supposed to have buy? I'm talking of this zone right here. I'm talking of this zone right here. Were we supposed to have buy or sell? Thank you, Jesse, thank you, Lawrence, thank you, sell, Nana, thank you. So you sell. Why? Because market came just like your younger brother is jumping in the room, or you yourself you are jumping in your room, and your head keeps nudging the resistance, nudging the roof in your room. Automatically, I'll be like, I can place, I can place a position of $1,000 on you. That what? Once you knock that resistance level again, you will definitely come down as long as you are not able to break it. And automatically, very very simple, you do what again? You sell. You sell. So I hope you understand this whole concept of resistance level turn support and support level turning resistance level. I hope you are able to understand this whole concept. I think we'll be ending the class here. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section now. If you have any question, still sell. Thank you, Softlight. So I hope you actually understand all these concepts. I hope you understand all this. So in the next class, we will go over. So I'm giving you guys an assignment to do what? Identify. I'm giving you guys an assignment to do what? I'm giving you guys an assignment to do what? Identify on your own currency pair of your choice. Open it up and do what? On your own, identify the support and resistance level. Identify the support and resistance level. So I want to attend to your questions now. What questions do you have? Questions do you have? I want to start attending to your questions now. Drop your questions. Start typing your questions now. Start typing your questions now. That will be all for tonight, guys. Start typing your question. Don't leave this class without asking your question. I want to answer your question in the next 5 minutes. Why we call it a night? How was the class? I want to start seeing your comments now. Whether the class was wonderful, whether it was okay, whether you enjoyed the live section. I want to start seeing all your comments. I want to receive everything now. Whether it's a thumb up you want to send, whether you want to send some love emoji, I want to start seeing everything now. I want to start seeing everything now. So I will know that you actually understood this whole concept. I want to start saying it now. I want to start seeing everything now. So if you have any questions, start typing it now. Type out your question. Type out your question now. Type out your question now. Okay, Lawrence asked a question. So, can it ever happen that a trendy market can take a turn into a different type of market at a particular point? Yes, exactly. But this concept, this question you asked, is a topic on its own, is a concept on its own. And that's what I said that I was going to take you in the next class. That's what I said I was going to take you in the next class. That's what I said I was going to take you in the next class. That's what I said I was going to take you in the next class. Do you understand? I'm going to the next class. We are going to be treating the trend in the market, understanding when the trend is actually changing. In the next class, we are going to be treating understanding how the trend, the change in the market trend. Do you understand me? We're actually going to be treating the change in the market trend. Lawrence, no, you said because the market kept going. Okay, Jesse Prosper said no question for now. So if you are yet to actually subscribe, type that subscribe button now. I'm actually bringing a lot of content for you guys, and I want to actually try my possible best to give you the best. I want to make sure you guys actually understand this whole concept. I'm not just here to cap or do anything. I actually want you guys to understand. I want you guys to get what this whole thing is all about. I want you to be able to analyze the market on your own. I want you to be able to analyze the market on your own. On your own. Yes, I need to start seeing that emoji. If you don't have any questions, start sending in emojis, emojis, emojis. Any other question from any person? Okay, so far I said no question for now, but really add everything tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My pleasure. My pleasure. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you guys around. If you are yet to subscribe, endeavor to subscribe now. Okay, I'm seeing those fire emojis. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. Well done, guys. So that will be all for tonight. If you don't understand any concepts, make sure to do what? Rewatch this. Make sure you watch the part two of the beginner course like uploaded for you guys as well. I'll be adding this to the playlist as well. Endeavor to watch, subscribe, tell your friends, and follow through. Stay blessed and stay tuned up. Thank you very much, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like I said, and see you in the next class. So the next class, we're actually going to be breaking down the trend when the market is trending to the top side, when the market is trending to the downside, how to know when a trend has actually changed, just like Lawrence asked. How to know when the trend of the market has changed. How do you know when the trend of the market has changed? So we're actually going to be breaking that concept down. Lawrence is saying thank you. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So that'll be all for tonight, guys. That will be all for tonight. I hope there's no any other question. So it's nice having you guys around. Uh, let's call it a night. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe, like I said. Nana, y'all. I see you. 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 So that will be all for tonight, guys. Thank you very much for joining, and make sure you join tomorrow's class as well. If you are yet to subscribe, click on that like. Make sure you subscribe, and see you guys on the other end. Thank you.